Hi, I'm Rob.
And I'm Rob.
And this is Ask Rob and Rob.
Hey everyone, welcome to Ask Rob and Rob, the show where you ask us questions and we give you answers. Yes, it's a simple format, but it works. You keep listening and people find it useful, so we'll carry on. And of course we'll carry on because we don't ignore your lovely questions. We get so many in. And that's probably partly because we answer them, and also partly because we make it super simple to do.
Yep, all you got to do is give us a call. 013 808 0035. That's 013 808 0035. Or if telephones just aren't your thing, you can go over to thepropertyhub.net/ask and submit your question there instead. So while you're pondering what you'd like to get an answer to, let's have a listen to our first question this week. This one comes in from Gary.
Hi Rob and Rob, it's Gary here. I'm just getting started out in my property investment journey. I'm looking to get into property trading as well as buying flips and buy-to-lets for myself. The only thing is that I've only just recently moved to Northern Ireland with my wife. I've been here for around 9 months. So as you can imagine, I don't really know the areas as well as I would back home. So I'd just like a bit of advice. If you guys were dropped in a country that you knew nothing about, you didn't know anything about the best areas to go, etc., what would you do and what systems would you go through to pick the right area to be investing in? Thanks very much. Keep the content coming.
Hey Gary, great question. Thank you for being a part of the show. I'm excited for you, Gary, because there's so much you can do. And getting stuck into a new area or country is going to be a great journey for you. So what can you do? Well, there's a combination of two things. There's the online and offline. The online stuff is really simple. It's jumping on forums, like the Property Hub, because we've got people in Northern Ireland there, and connecting with people who are already operating in that area and building up relationships with them online. Of course, you can take that offline too, but I would start there. I would also search as well. There'll be articles and topics on your area on the internet. The internet's been around for a long time now, so I'm pretty sure people have written up on the subject of Northern Ireland. So do loads of desktop research there too. But once you've done that, you want to get out and about and get along to property-related meetups where people are talking about their favourite areas. Now remember, lots of people have strong opinions on property. So the first person you speak to may tell you that a particular place is the absolute must invest area, and the next person says something completely different. But absorb it all, be grateful for it all, and then come to your own conclusions once you've taken up a lot of that knowledge and information. Of course, once you start to build up a picture and an idea of the areas you want to invest in, get along into the estate agent offices in person. They're not used to seeing people anymore, many of them, because so much is done online. So get in. They all look bored when you walk past. So go in, have a chat with them and talk to them about the local area. Same with letting agents as well. Make sure you do that too. And by speaking to local experts, you're going to quickly build up your knowledge. So it's a bit of effort, but to me that sounds like fun effort. So good luck, Gary.
Okay, great question and a strong answer. Let's keep it going with our next question. This one's from Anthony.
First, guys, just want to thank you for your podcast and all your resources. It's really helping me. This year, I've taken the plunge and bought my first property that I'm looking to rent out. And my question is, I'm a high-rate taxpayer and my wife isn't, so I would like the tenancy agreement to be in her name. A couple of snags I've come across is that the building and contents insurers have said they won't insure it unless the tenancy agreement's in my name. So I'm just really looking to get ideas off you guys on how I can achieve this. I don't think a limited company is probably a good idea at this stage, but perhaps you could shed some light on that. So I look forward to getting your answers. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the question, Anthony. Your question is about insurance, but actually the answer goes a little bit deeper than that. So you're trying to put the tenancy in your wife's name to save on some tax, but I'm afraid that's not going to do the trick. Tax is based on who the owner of the property is, not whose name is on the tenancy agreement. In fact, the tenancy agreement should always be in the name of the property owner, or if there are multiple owners, then the tenancy agreement should be in the name of both owners, because otherwise you might have problems down the line if you need to evict. But the key point here is that if you own the property 100%, then you will be liable for the tax 100%. So if you want to shift the income around, you're going to have to shift the ownership of the property. That's one to speak to your accountant about, because it could be straightforward, or there could be costs involved. If there's a mortgage involved, things might get a tiny bit tricky, but work out with your accountant whether that's something that's worth doing for the tax that you're going to save. So that's the bad news for you. The good news is that once you've done that, your problem with the insurers goes away, because the insurance will be in the name of the same people who were on the tenancy agreement, which will be the same as the property owners. So that all falls into place. So the first thing for you to do is go and have a chat with your accountant. And if you don't have an accountant already, well, there's always Property Hub Tax. It's extremely popular, so there's usually a wait. But if you are able to wait, get over to thepropertyhub.net/tax, get yourself on the priority list, and you'll be the first to hear when spaces become available. That's us done for this week. We'll be back with 2 more questions next week. And in the meantime, of course, the Property Podcast on Thursday. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.